Hi children, welcome back to the class which is discussing about heat. Have you ever noticed the small gaps left behind successive rail tracks? The one end of the iron bridge resting on the rollers, the sagging electric and telephone wires. Hope you might have noticed all these things. And do you know the reason behind the small gaps between successive railway tracks or the reason behind the sagging electric or telephone wires, etc.? It is due to the thermal expansion. Now, what do you mean by thermal expansion? When a substance is heated, the molecules start moving vigorously or faster. As a result, the distance between the molecules increases and the substance expands. The expansion produced in matter due to the absorption of heat energy is called thermal expansion. Most substances experience an increase in their volumes when heated. In solids, the molecules are closely packed and held together firmly. So, solids expand very little on heating. In liquids, the molecules are loosely packed and have more free space as you are seeing here. On heating, the distance between these molecules increases. In gases, the molecules are free to move and force of attraction between them is almost zero. So, gas expands the most. Liquids expands more than solid. Now you might have got the reason behind the gap left behind successive railway tracks, right? Small gaps are left between successive rail tracks to allow them to expand in summer when temperature rises. If the rails are fixed tightly next to each other, they will bend outward and may cause derailment of a train. In the case of an iron girder, the end resting on the rollers is then free to expand in summer and contracts in winter without causing any damage to the bridge. Telephone and electric wires are always kept sagging between poles to prevent them from snapping in winter. Next one is bimetallic strips. Bi means two. So bimetallic strips means the strip which consists of two metallic strips. So the two metals, it can be either brass and steel or copper and steel. They are used as thermostats in electrical heating devices such as electric irons, geysers, and toasters to control temperature. Now, what is the advantage of two strips over one strip? That is, when it is heated, the metal will the two metals will be having different expansion rates. So, this bimetallic strip, it can be bended in one way if it is heated, and it can be bended in another way if it is cooled. We know that the physical state of a substance changes from one form to another. The change of a substance from one physical state to another is called change of state. The change in the state of a substance is generally caused by a rise or fall in the temperature of the substance. The following processes change the state of a substance. They are fusion or melting, freezing or solidification, vaporization or boiling, evaporation, condensation, and sublimation. The process during which a solid on heating changes into liquid state at a particular temperature is known as fusion or melting. For example, ice melts into water on heating at 0 degrees Celsius. The temperature at which a solid changes into its liquid state is called fusion point or the melting point of the solid. Next one is freezing or solidification. The process during which a liquid on cooling changes to its solid state at a particular temperature is called freezing or solidification. The temperature at which a liquid changes into its Solid state is called the freezing point or the solidification point of the liquid. For any substance, the freezing point of its liquid state and the melting point of its solid state are the same. Next one is vaporization or boiling. The process during which a liquid on heating changes into its gaseous state at a particular temperature is known as vaporization or boiling. For example, water changes into steam at 100 degrees Celsius on heating. The temperature at which liquid changes into its gaseous state is called the vaporization point or the boiling point of the liquid. Next one is evaporation. The change of a substance from its liquid state to its gaseous state at any temperature below its boiling point is called evaporation. For example, water vapors are always added to the atmosphere by evaporation of water from the surface of water bodies which get heated up by the sun. Next one is condensation. The process during which a substance in its vapor or gaseous state on cooling changes into its liquid state at a particular temperature is called condensation. For example, on being cooled, steam changes to water at 100 degrees Celsius. The temperature at which a substance in its gaseous state changes into its liquid state is called condensation point of the substance. The next one is sublimation. Certain substances change directly from their solid state to their gaseous or vapor state on heating without passing through the liquid state. This process is called sublimation. Some examples of such substances are dry ice, camphor, naphthalene, ammonium chloride, and iodine. And you had to know that gas is a state of a substance at or above its boiling point, whereas vapor is the gaseous state of a substance below its boiling point. That's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.